Children are our greatest resource, and as parents, sometimes we put them in situations where we expect great things. It could be a school environment, it could be a church, and sometimes terrible things happen. There's two levels of victims. There's the child who has been devastated because their most basic innocence has been taken away from them. Their purity has been taken away. And then there's, of course, the parents who not only are they racked with horror that something of this nature has happened to their child, but that the parents voluntarily put them in that situation. They're horrendous instances out there. My goal is to hold the entity that made it possible responsible. Very often the actual abuser, the molester, if you will, is someone who is in a position of power, placed in that position by that school or that church or that daycare. And when they've sexually abused a child, they may be disciplined in the criminal system, and that's great. But the victim is left behind, the parents are left behind, and they're asking questions, well, how are we going to get the help we need to restore this broken child? How are we going to get the help we need for our own sake? And that's not an easy answer, because the criminal justice system doesn't really have the resources or the goal to try and make these people whole again. When they hire private attorneys such as myself, I seek to make that entity accountable. If it happened at a school, a teacher sexually abuses a student, the school may be held liable for what happened by the teacher they put in charge over that student. Same way with the church, and that's probably, in a church scenario, among the most violative situations out there, because these are people who are driven by faith. They are going to church to express their faith and explore that depth of their soul, and somebody takes that away from them. Shatters faith, shatters that individual child's mental health, shatters the parents. That church could be held responsible for putting that wolf in charge of the lamb. That's what I'm there to do, is to hold them accountable. I believe in it. I know that I can do good by helping these families through this often unspoken offense, and that's what I'm there to do.